3, 2, 1, blast off! We are talking about space today. I figured that this would be a good opportunity to share a little bit about space given the launch last week with SpaceX and NASA and all the fun and excitement that came with that. So if that kind of piqued your kids' interest into a little bit about science and space, this is a great opportunity, especially with summer reading now coming up, to explore space and all about it, the planets, the sun, the universe, and even astronauts and different space missions and things like that. So make sure that you check out my video too. I uploaded one a little while back about Neil Armstrong. It's part of a series called The Extraordinary Life of, and it's the Neil Armstrong book. So you'll want to check that one out. But today I'm going to share this one. It was written by Rob Jones, copyrighted in 2012. It's put out by Usborne Books, which is published by EDC. And so it's a great read. This is from their series with a Lift the Flaps, and this is a great book because there are so many facts, just chock full of facts and neat flaps. I like this one too because when you open it, then there's even another one inside. So lots of neat little flaps that just give extra information that will really keep your child just really into the book, learning more and more. So we've got the moon in here. There's a nice page on the space station. This one's really cool about the sun, and then it kind of opens up a little bit further into the planets here, so you can see that it gets quite large and gives you lots of facts about that. We have glittering galaxies, stargazing, and they talk a little bit about different ways you can observe stars, and the people that were part of that in history, and then some questions that kids have. And this is a great page because there's lots like that kids might have, like who was the first person in space? And in 1961, Russian cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin was the first person to go in space. And there's a little picture and a little fact, including that before that, Russian scientists sent a dog into space. So fun fact for your child. So lots of neat things. They might want to know how are stars made. And so it tells you stars begin as clouds of gas and dust swirling through space. As the cloud gets thicker, the gases get hotter. Part of the cloud becomes a ball of glowing gas, and a star is born. And so, again, it just gives you a little step-by-step on how that happens. And lots of stuff about the space station. How did the space station get there? So it tells you, you open up the flap here, and it tells you the space station was built in parts and then taken into different into different spacecraft. A robot arm rose from each spacecraft, and they lifted out new parts of the station and joined them to the rest. So great opportunity to talk about the space station, as that was the destination for the recent launch, and your child may be interested to learn a little bit more about that and what's going on with the space station. So really encourage them. The moon is always popular. You can talk about the moon cycle and the phases of the moon. So moon buggy, they got a nice picture of the moon buggy here. And it says a moon buggy is to drive around. Astronauts use the buggy to explore the moon, and they saw deep, dark craters and dry, dusty mountains. So this is one of those double flap ones as well. So lots of just great information and facts in here. And I did share some activities on that Neil Armstrong video, but I'll share a couple more here related to space. So if you do have a Lego lover, of course, building a rocket or spaceship or any kind of spacecraft could be a lot of fun to do with your child. And then this is actually made by Playmobil, which my kids love. And this is the little Mars rover that they have. And so just doing some pretend play. You might have the characters. It even has some fun little gems inside of it. So even getting something like that for your child to play with. If you don't have those kind of toys at your house, you can always use boxes and just recyclable things to build your own rocket or spaceship, that type of thing, and just have your kids play and imagine and do dress up. As astronauts, my kids actually put on their dress up outfits to watch the launch last week, so that was a lot of fun. You can do some things with the stars or the sun or the planet or things like that, some different crafts. So here's a great one with the sun, and you use contact paper. So as you can see on the back, the tissue paper squares have been stuck to the contact paper, and this has been laminated just to save, and then it hangs up in our window as a little like sun catcher, and that's a cute, easy, simple craft to do. You might want to get out some paint and some glitter and have your child pick a planet to paint, and so you can use that. there and have them design. You can have them make all of them. You can have them just do one. Great databases, which I know I've mentioned before. Check with your child's school about some database access that they may have, because there's some great information if they want to further their reading and their learning. So that's a great one too. And then I'm going to put a link in. I've got a great website that it's not made by me, so I'm going to put that out there and give them proper credit, but it's got great ideas, including like puffy paint, that recipe you may have seen, and to paint the planets that way. It's got some like moon dough. It's got slime, like glittery, starry slime. So lots of fun things you might want to do with that. If you watch my paper foldable video, I show you how to make a little booklet just using one piece of paper and a pair of scissors, and then it creates a book that opens without any pages falling out, and you don't even need a stapler. And so as your child learns some facts, if you want them to do a little writing and illustrating, they could write some facts that they learned or they found interesting and illustrate, and they'll have their own little mini book of space facts that they could read to someone or share with someone. So just some fun ideas. I know space is kind of now the hot topic, and lots of kids are getting interested in it again. And so yeah, definitely check out this video. Check out the foldable video, and check out the Extraordinary Life of Neil Armstrong, where I offer up some new ideas on space too. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't had a chance to click subscribe, please do so. I really appreciate that. And share with friends and family. And hopefully your child will enjoy a great book about space. And if you're interested actually in getting this one, I'll put the link in for that as well, because you can order it direct from my website, and it will ship right out to you. So thanks so much, and have a wonderful day. Blast off!